Maybe you don't believe it, but at a mining site in Philip is hiding a horrible mystery. Only in the mining area there's a giant skeleton. But as time passed, even though the remains were petrified, but on the remains still found a giant parasite egg. Then there's a trace on the other end. But this insect egg has been hatching for a long time, and it's creeping towards the mouth of the cave. After exploring along the exit, I saw a strange drag in the forest. It goes on until the coast stops. This makes people think, what is the existence after all? It can be so destructive. Joe's a nuclear power plant engineer. He got a colleague's report today. Has measured earthquake fluctuations under the nuclear power station. But earthquakes are often chaotic. There are no rules. But this time there's rules. But the vibration is constantly increasing. When colleagues think this must be the aftershock of the Philip earthquake, and suddenly the whole room started shaking. Hurry up and tell them to shut down the reactor. And also contact the wife who's doing the maintenance down below. But the earthquake actually happened too fast. Nuclear power plant had a serious nuclear leak. He stood at the door anxiously waiting for his wife. But we're just waiting for a massive nuclear leak. Reluctant, he had to close the door. That's how we can temporarily stop a nuclear leak. But his wife couldn't make it back to row. But earthquakes are getting stronger. Not long, the entire nuclear power station has been reduced to rubble. It's been 15 years. Small town where the nuclear power station is sealed off. But Joe studies every day where earthquakes happen. He was sure there was a great secret in it. My son is worried about your safety, so I snuck into the sealed area with you. Joe looked at the meter. There's no radiation. Look at the dogs coming out from the side. He understood that there was no more nuclear radiation. So why is the government still sealing this place? Carrying with doubt, Joe returns to the previous house and finds a plate it's used to detect earthquakes there. Now a helicopter is flying through the sky. My father ran up to see. They just discovered it now. In this sealed area, there's a nuclear power station. Maybe that's why they sealed this place. Joe was about to leave, just as the patrol was passing by. Then they took Joe to a nearby nuclear power station. That this place is conducting a secret research project. The black cocoon in front of me is a monster. 15 years ago, an earthquake. The person in charge of studying it is Professor Henry. They discovered this monster needs to be fed with nuclear radiation. So, they built this nuclear power station for it. But the monster is growing. It can drain 3 nuclear reactors a day and cause abnormal fluctuations. This familiar sight has the beard locked up. Realized that for sure. The earthquake 15 years ago. It has something to do with this monster. He warned Henry to stop his feeding plan. See document 6 control from the bride. And looking at the earthquake fluctuations in front of you is basically to prevent monsters from destroying the cocoon. Professor Henry told the staff to move forward. Quickly leave the scene. Then press the button to destroy the monster. Until the volatility returns to normal. One of them bravely stepped up to check. I can't believe an electric shock at this altitude can't kill. This monster called Muto doesn't just have a giant body, but at the same time have the ability to modernize science and technology. 1 foot is a shock wave. Minutes ran out. Electricity in the surrounding 10 miles is also affected. Standby power supply. The Muto is an ancient creature that was soon destroyed. Why is it still alive today? Let's see to the end. The officer died this time. It also keeps increasing, including the beard that's trying to escape. Then Muto got out of the cave. But right now it's not about destroying. It's spinning its wings out of this place quickly. After this time, the nuclear power station has become a mess. Henry's in charge of the secret plan. It was also officially accepted by the military. To carry on the work he wishes to get the help of Beard. But because the Beard is badly injured, he died soon after on the plane. So I asked the Beard's son to moan there. Explain why you want to ask for help. In 1954, an American nuclear submarine arrived. The deep sea has never been. It also awakens the unknown giant. At first I thought it was Russia's pet. But after Russia found out, they threw nuclear weapons directly into the sea. To prove America's purity, I thought the Russians were playing. They also threw nuclear bullets down there. So you give me one. But it's not just the giant creatures that don't die. It also helps it get stronger. To study and prevent this monster, there's a secret plan called the Born Emperor, and also gave this monster a very emphatic name. We call it Godzilla. The supreme ruler of the primordial ecosystem. In a forest in San Francisco, a team of U.S. Special Forces looking for a submarine. The sudden disappearance of Russia. You didn't hear wrong. They're looking for a submarine in the woods, because Russia has received a signal from this area. So I asked the U.S. to help me find it. When soldiers are constantly taunting Russia as unreliable, the missing submarine suddenly appeared in front of them. But when the helicopter came to this place, then we found the motorcycle monster in the back of the submarine. And then it saw its tentacles give off a dark red light. Next he stomped on the ground, make instant shock waves len outrange VI 10 miles. The fighter directly lost power and fell to the ground. The nearby city is also in darkness. When people are looking at the fire burning on the mountain, then suddenly under the sea the waves are rolling. People can't escape. Not a few people were drowned by the sea. Soldiers lit flares to light up the night, but we've discovered a black creature is slowly moving. This scene is killing people on the spot. Only a few soldiers were determined to shoot at that creature. But people don't pay attention to that attack. But this creature is Godzilla from the deep sea. It goes towards the Muto monster, but Muto went to the airport even though the plane, when he shot, he was unharmed. Then tentacles, they directly destroyed a helicopter. But Muto can't believe. Its appearance again attracted the attention of old enemies. But Muto doesn't want to mess with the enemy. He flapped his wings and quickly fled the scene. Godzilla dived into the sea to continue the chase. Thanks to the escort of the human army, Godzilla quickly chased it. That Henry thinks maybe Moto is trying to call on his teammates, but accidentally caught Godzilla's attention. Mention of Muto's accomplices. Henry remembered the egg he had found in Philip. That is, they sent a squad to the nuclear waste site quickly to investigate because Henry left the secret egg there. When the soldiers found something unusual in the room, the Muto in the egg has already hatched. And now he's fed up and he's escaped. So there are 3 monsters that scare people. The general immediately made a plan. 1 arrow hit 3 swallows. He's using a timed nucleus as bait. 3 monsters will be blown up during the fight to reduce the nuclear danger that could be caused. So, a new group of soldiers assembled by the Golden Gate Bridge. Because this is where the monsters gather, Godzilla goes with the military ship. He is now heading towards the enemy Muto. That the US military is starting the nuclear bombs timer again. They're using Godzilla and killing him. But the nuclear launch didn't last long. In the distance, there's a wave of disturbances. A lot of military planes lost power. Monsters fall from the sky. The sinking of a warship armed with a nuclear bomb. And then suddenly it's on the water. And take the nuclear timers from the ship. But it doesn't swallow. I was going to share it with my friend. Food came to my mouth. But Muto flapped his wings and flew out of the city. General Bob saw that the plan had changed. So we sent out a squad to defuse the bomb. To remove the nuclear bomb's timing device. But now the Muto monster has arrived in front of his comrades. Zenra has wings that are male and larger than female. Muto is collecting 10 feeds. Because to feed the eggs in the stomach, it then started playing on the ground. Then dig a big hole in the spot. And then they start laying eggs endlessly. This was just in time to be discovered. He's the leader of the bomb squad. He led the sneak team in from the side into the hole. The unexploded nuclear bomb was left behind by the motorcycle. Probably to make breakfast for the larvae. But Muto laid an egg and was discovered by Godzilla. Godzilla went ahead and strangled him. Then open your mouth and bite it and beat the Muto back endlessly. Godzilla raised his foot to kill the Muto. The Muto male is in a hurry to return. After escaping, the motorcycle jumps towards Godzilla. Godzilla was attacked on both sides. They also fall into a passive state. That the platoon also defuse the nuclear bomb. Then quickly leave. But moaning to many eggs is scary. What if they all grow up? So this time, he's back in the hole to pry open the gas tank of a truck. And then a big fire burned all those eggs. Not only can a fire burn for the rest of your life of monster Muto, but also indirectly help Godzilla. Muto the female sees the incubator on fire. Rush to the examination and in excruciating pain. I feel injured in front of me. I'm pretty sure he was the arsonist. When it's about to open its mouth and Godzilla came to him. This time Godzilla was really angry. Behind it gradually lit up. This is also the first time. It's using its atomic breathing technique. Muto that's hit by this energy can't hold my head up. But right now, the male Muto also suddenly attacked from behind Godzilla. Godzilla turns his biting head into its wings, then throw it flying over the side. But it uses its wings. Successfully avoided this attack. This attack killed the Muto on the spot. But Muto this side doesn't know. It's still chasing the nuclear bomb removal squad. The next squad is standing on the shore, sneaking a nuclear bomb on board. But now the nuclear bomb is about to explode. They can only drive as far as possible. But very quickly the detachment that was blocking it was destroyed. Go towards the groaning. Godzilla is running there right now. It bit her neck. This trick directly sends the Muto to the west. Godzilla to win. Raise your head to the sky screaming. He finally got revenge for his family. Godzilla helps humans destroy Muto. It's because Muto is a blood-sucking demon. In the original monster setting, in Godzilla's body, there's a component that can generate radioactive energy. The archaic creature died in a mine cave in the beginning. It was actually Godzilla's relatives. 2 eggs of parasites in the body. That's the guy who killed Godzilla. That's why it's been able to survive so far. Godzilla killed 2 villains. It also helps him become a savior. The city in the hearts of the people. But it doesn't care about fame. Slowly sinking to the bottom in front of everyone. The movie is over. I am the West Country Seeing. If you see or remember to like the video twice, please help me. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next great movie.